conversations, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place, while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of our Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.
KLEK 102.5 FM. Good morning to you on your Wednesdays, July 2016. This is Community Conversations. Kayla Wonder is here in the studio with you. And we also have Ms. Quabila Harden, who is my co-host. And we have two very special guests in the studio with us today. We have Mr. Jerrod Lockhart and Mrs. Rasheda Hamilton. They are the directors of the Arkansas State University TRIO program. So we're going to be talking to them. But before we get into that, let me just do a couple of quick announcements. There will be a march this Saturday for the community, and this is being put together by Mr. Walter Moody. The march will start downtown, and they will march to the police department that Saturday at 11 o'clock a.m. Once they are there will be a demonstration on proper protocol when it comes to traffic stops and other areas. And more information is available at this email address, teammoody.1@gmail.com. Once again, it is teammoody.1@gmail.com. Also, I will be at Arkansas Early Learning in West Memphis, Arkansas, broadcasting live from 12 noon to 2 o'clock p.m. So be sure to check me out as I go out class live. All right, now we got announcements out the way. This is, once again, Community Conversations. So I will now turn it over to my co-host, Mrs. Quabila Harden.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jerrod.
Good morning.
Okay, I'm so excited to have you all here today. I know a little bit about the programs that you offer, but please help the community understand what the TRIO programs are.
TRIO programs are programs that are directed towards individuals that are considered low income or students of first generation, individuals with documented disabilities. There are actually 8 federal TRIO programs. They started 3 and they kept the name TRIO. It's turned into the brand, the pride in the name. The TRIO programs are all over the United States. They're federally funded, 100% federally funded. The majority of them are. And they assist individuals in their academic pursuits from early 6th grade all the way up until earning a doctorate degree.
That is really wonderful.
So currently on the ASU campus, we have 2 federally funded TRIO programs. We have the Classic Upper Bound program, which is the program my colleague Ms. Hamilton directs, and then I direct the second TRIO program on our campus, which is Student Support Services.
Student support services. Okay. Thank you. So also, are these programs year-round, seasonal? Please give us a little bit more about when they're offered.
Upper Bound is a year-round program. We work with our students. Our program operates 20 Saturdays of the school year, and we do a 6-week residential program. We provide academic support to our high school students from grounded schools. All of those students qualify as either low income or first generation.
Okay.
And Student Support Services is a year-round program because we work specifically with college students who are attending Arkansas State University with endeavors of completing a 4-year baccalaureate, or we consider a bachelor's degree. So when students are enrolled, our doors are wide open.
That is really wonderful. I'm so happy that these programs are available for the students who would otherwise not have these opportunities. Okay, so let's get into the ages. Well, we've touched on the ages. What's the beginning age that they can apply?
For Upward Bound students, we begin accepting applications in the first semester of 9th grade.
Okay.
And those students, once they're accepted, they do not have to reapply. And we expect them to persist with us until they graduate from high school.
Okay, parents, if you're out there listening, especially in the Jonesboro, okay, before I say Jonesboro, what counties or what area, like, are people working from all over Arkansas?
Jonesboro, Littleton, Harrisburg, Truman, Bay, Paragould, Bravo, Osceola, East Poinsett County, Marjorie.
Okay, so that's pretty much the general North Arkansas area, and then some. So anyone in the listening area, please consider enrolling your children in these programs. They're very, very beneficial. I personally know several children that have gone through your program, and it has done wonders for them. And we'll get into some success stories a little bit later. But let's talk about the qualifications. I know you did mention that they either need to be in a low-income family, first generation. What are some other qualifications they need to have to apply?
Those are our main qualifiers. Students that are in foster care are eligible for our program,
Okay.
regardless of the income background or education background of the individual. foster care are eligible for our program as well.
And I think it's really important that we make a clear distinction that when Ms. Hamilton works with pre-college students, I
Oh.
work with college students.
Okay.
And so that's really important to know. We work with any student who's enrolled at Arkansas State University, whose background is that of their parent being first generation, meaning they are first generation, meaning their parents, neither one of them a 4-year bachelor's degree. And I think that's really clear to talk about because some of our students that come to Arkansas State, their parents may have some college, and they don't think that they're eligible. Some of their parents may even have an associate's degree.
Okay.
And that's fantastic, but if they don't have that bachelor's degree, that makes them eligible for our program. And then another piece that Ms. Hamilton mentioned, but there's a couple other things that we look at specifically in student support services. We work with individuals who we consider to be functionally homeless. It's a growing population you'll see in higher education where individuals may be estranged from family or parents for whatever reason, and they need a support system while they're trying to finish this college degree. That's where student support services can certainly step in and try to fill in the gap.
Okay, that is a new term to me, and thank you for the education on that.
Sure.
I'm very happy that you all are here discussing your programs. Again, we have Ms. Rasheda Hamilton and Jerrod Lockhart of ASU. They are the directors of the TRIO programs. Okay, when we're talking about qualifications, okay, so let's talk about, okay, I know some students that may feel like, well, I don't have the GPA, or I don't have this, or I don't have that. Do you look at their overall situation and do you make some exemptions for things they may fall short on?
We do. We look at grade point average because obviously you have to be able to enroll in college to go to college.
Yes.
We do look at grade point average, we look at test scores, we also look at attitude. We're looking for those students that want to go to college, that are willing to put the work in, they just may not know exactly what to do.
Okay.
We rely a lot on information from teachers and counselors. So students that don't have good relationships with their teachers and counselors sometimes struggle getting into our program because they don't have anyone to vouch for them.
Okay.
We ultimately look at the grades and the GPA. We look at test scores, but we also look at what are these people that work with them every day saying about them? Are they saying this student needs a chance?
Okay.
One of the things when students come in to make application for student support services, every one of them go through what we call an intake interview.
Okay.
And this is an opportunity where myself and a member of my team, we get an opportunity to sit down with every single person that applies for our program. And so, yes, we look at test scores, we look at GPA, we look at all those things. But we also want to know the individual behind the numbers. And so we want to get an opportunity to allow their voice to be heard. That's one of the things about TRIO that makes TRIO so special, is that when it was created, during what's called the War of Poverty, when President Johnson declared a war on poverty,
Okay.
he wanted to create a voice for those individuals that weren't being heard. And so that is still the goal of TRIO, even in 2016. We want to provide an opportunity for those that are less likely to be heard to have a voice. And so we give them the opportunity to communicate with us, talk with us, tell us your story. So we look at the numbers, but we also look at the individual.
Speaking with Jerrod Lockhart and Rasheda Hamilton, directors of the Arkansas State University TRIO program. Phone lines are open at 870-277-1080. Once again, that phone number is 870-277-1080 if you have any questions for either Mrs. Hamilton or Mr. Lockhart. Also, we are streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. So if you are watching our stream and you have a question or a comment, feel free to leave them as well.
I need to back up just a little bit. Since Jerrod mentioned Lyndon B. Johnson, that's been some time ago.
Sure.
I should have asked in the very beginning, I apologize, how long has these programs been at ASU?
At ASU, our program has probably been going, we've definitely been there the longest. We've been there since the early 80s. Like 80, 81, 82, very early.
Okay.
And then Student Support Services made its first entrance on campus back in Newby history. And Ms. Ruby Henderson, she probably could call in to make sure. I believe it was 1984 when Student Support Services started at Arkansas State University. Took a 4-year gap, came back in 1988, and has been existing on Arkansas State University's campus since 1988.
That is wonderful. Okay. I'm going to go into something that's near and dear to me, community service. I know people are like, oh my gosh, you still every day. Yes, I do. I am a believer in giving back to the community and the community giving back to, just every individual. So, one, do you offer opportunities for the community to get involved in your programs? And two, do you require the students that go through your program to participate in some community service project?
During summer program, we hired on about 25 extra staff people. And a lot of people are from the surrounding area. Those are paid positions. We do offer some volunteer positions. But these individuals are from the community. They're teachers in our local schools, they're teachers at the university. Some of them are even college students, and they get an opportunity to develop, obviously develop work skills.
Okay.
But they also get the opportunity to pour into our participants and really share with them the things that they do every day. So we bring a lot of things to our students. We don't require our students to do community service. We do suggest it because for a lot of them, it gives them an idea of what the world of work really looks like, how important it is to work with a diverse group of individuals. And then also just lets them know it's not just the stuff you see on the front, it's the behind the scenes stuff.
Yes.
One of the things I can say that's been really fortunate for TRIO programs in Arkansas State this year is that we had a 5K that was done in our honor. It brought individuals from all around Northeast Arkansas that participated. I believe it was close to 100 runners that came out and participated that day with proceeds to go back to our TRIO students in the form of scholarships and other funds to support, emergency needs that our participants may have. And that was a fantastic endeavor. And when we talk about community, that's one of the questions, that we ask our students when they even make application for our program, is tell us, how are you involved in the community? Because we understand that what we're wanting to produce is not just college graduates. We want to produce effective global citizens. And so they have to understand that you have to be able to give back, connect, and create, and be involved with the community that's around you. And so we encourage that. We encourage them to be involved in all types of campus endeavors, not just academic degree, but those things that are helping create those soft skills that are needed for the workplace as well.
That is really wonderful. So if anyone wants to become involved in any of these programs, okay, let's talk about how, if someone wants to become a teacher or, whatever other staff positions are available, how can someone apply for those positions?
Well, a lot of our teachers have returned. We have several teachers that have worked for us 14, 15 years.
Okay.
But we do have vacancies. So our information just kind of gets out word of mouth. Individuals will email a resume or they'll just do a phone call. We usually don't start hiring for our summer staff until early spring.
Okay.
So individuals that are interested in Arkansas State University student, they can keep their eye on the ASU Daily Digest. That's the campus method of getting information out. We always put that in there, and they have the opportunity to make applications should we have vacancies.
Okay.
We do a lot of hiring from within our program, identify students who feel like are stellar students or strong students who have really bought into the TRIO student support services experience. And so we may bring them on to become or to serve as peer mentors. We also hire a lot of peer as well as professional tutors. So if there's a retired teacher that's in the community that's looking to give back in a unique way, wanting to donate some time, or not necessarily donate some time, but looking for a part-time job that provides more than just teaching a lesson, but making a difference and making an impact with the student, look us up. We'll have a conversation with you.
And that's much needed today. The teacher-to-student relationships in all aspects, summer, during regular school term, that relationship needs to be stronger and the bond needs to be created. Children need to be able to trust and rely on their educators. So I'm really grateful that you all are providing this service. So with that being said, let's get a little bit more into, okay, you mentioned summer versus so many Saturdays throughout the year. Let's kind of break that down so people can understand what are the requirements or what other classes or what are the students involved in during the school term, and then what are they involved in the summer?
During the academic year, a lot of our students bring in the materials they're using at school every day.
Okay.
They're getting assistance with what they're doing every day. They're preparing for tests, they're working on essays, they are preparing for the ACT. That's always our default thing. If you don't have any homework, you're preparing for the ACT.
Okay.
And we're just drilling into them those basic skills that they need to get those optimal scores that can benefit them in the long run. We also do what we call awareness, and we talk about a variety of things. We start with the warm and fuzzies. Who am I? What do I want to be?
Okay.
How do I see myself? Because it's really hard to point someone in a direction when they're not sure if they can make it. And we talk about career awareness. We talk about college awareness to understand what is it about this school that you say you want to attend. Are you in love with the mascot, or do they offer the degree program that you're interested in? And we try to make everything relatable and bring it down so that students can see, this is where I am, this is where I am, this is where I wanna go. What's the distance?
Okay,
And help them realize, hey, maybe I need to move a little faster, or maybe I need to regroup
okay,
and make another plan. In our summer program, that's our residential program, we offer two facets of it. Most students aim for the residential program because they can be away from home from Sunday night to Friday afternoons, which they absolutely love, just living on campus at the residence hall. But we also have some students that only come on Fridays, and we do ACT prep with those students. But during our summer program, they're taking English, they're taking geometry, they're taking ACT math, ACT reading, they're taking Spanish, they're taking sign language, they're taking Money Smart. That's our financial literacy class, where we really help students learn about money. That is more than get this green stuff and go get that stuff out there.
yeah,
To see, understand credit, understanding loans, because for a lot of students, they struggle with dealing with money when they get out of their parents' grasp,
yes.
out of their parents' reach, and they get into a lot of trouble. And for a lot of them, that's ultimately what keeps them from finishing school.
And based on what you said earlier about the students that you serve, financial security. You know what? Most of those families are not teaching, okay, you need to save. This is why you need to save. This is why you need to have good credit. Unfortunately, I'm learning a lot of that now. And you need to budget and save. Official.
And so like my not only do we do academic tutoring, we do a lot of supplemental academic advising in our program because sometimes students, for whatever reason, may have a disconnect with their academic advisor or their academic advisor 10 minutes, 15 minutes of time, where sometimes that first generation college student may not quite know how to have us kind of as that place to land their feet and say, I was trying to ask this, and a lot more individualized. So we talk about time management. Responsibility and choices, which is very big for college students in general, but specifically when you talk about that first generation college student, nobody in their family we bring in individuals from the community who want to share their story, good and bad, and really provide an opportunity for our students to kind of learn lessons from individuals who've kind of been there, done that. And we also do financial literacy, financial smart in our program as well with our students because when students come to school, taking any more, keeping your grades at high enough so you can apply for those privately funded scholarships, just a lot of different things that are out there. So that's kind of the subtle things or the things that we do in our program that impact our participants.
Okay, where was this program when I was in school? Not to give away my age, but
With a small.
It was in Eugene Smith Hall.
children. I would have so benefited. Definitely the study skills, how to read your textbook, and me being in college, not knowing much about it. I took on a part-time job as well, so my study and learn all that kind of got kicked to the side, and
And one of the things it is, and this is what we talk a lot about with that, because another thing that we do offer a summer bridge program, and that'll be taking place the week before classes begin. And our target audience is first-year college students, or individuals who are returning to school who have been out of the academic pipeline for 5 years or more. And what we do during that time is that we have
K, 102.5 FM.
Okay, I need to sign up.
Train is still running. Please be mindful.
I need to sign up for that program. Wow.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK.
But I definitely want to get into, before we get into like additions and to the program, how do people hear about that? We should know. How do students hear about your program? Like, you want to jump in, or whatever you, we talked about whatever, the technology aspect, and then how do students hear about your
Yeah,
program?
that's great. I mean, like you mentioned, I don't know how many times I heard students say, hey, I'm in there. We've been right here. Oh, no, so we appreciate opportunities like this where we're able to come and talk about our program.
You know, I was ready, so I'm gonna see it.
And that's the thing. But when you come back, this is something that you do.
I'm almost 40.
It doesn't matter. And we can talk about the dynamic, a chance to talk about the dynamic of our student age population. I have students in my program who are 50+ years old. I have a man who's a retired, he's a retired skilled worker. He worked in the automobile industry in Detroit. And so he's back here now working on a degree in technology or some industrial technology. I think it's what he's working on. He's participating in our program. And it's not meditation. It's not we had a mom and a daughter, mom and a son. That's commonplace to have parents in programs. Parents along with their children in the program. Now about me,
Parents on what?
parents and students, parents and their children in our program at the same time.
Oh, okay.
There's one more down here in a purple program, and then we're coming back.
Oh, okay, that's great.
New St. John.
This is so
Church
unique.
on Facebook, 870-932.
What's
This
next?
is a group of jobs.
Just kind of seeing how this really operates, how it's all digital.
Well, it's very complicated. A lot of people think that it's, just show up, the music just. A lot of technology involved, like even like with these announcements that you like. Here, you see fullness of joy down there. Well, the software basically, we don't get to say, but long story short, the software basically makes sure that, two of the same thing are right the same rate.
This is a KLEK fundraiser.
Programs that they offer. And sorry if you're just not joining in, you missed a great conversation beforehand. But now we're going to get into some more things. When we're talking off the air about
And what's that's like. And so we try to begin that conversation very early with our students. And another piece we really address with our students is how technology has really advanced and grown. And so a lot of our non-traditional students really kind of come back like, what is this? What is going on? What is an IOU? And so we have a lot of those conversations. We introduce them to those technological devices, and we make it very user-friendly for them. We have access to use.
okay. Did you want to add anything, Ms. Rasheda? Okay. One question. I wish I had known about these programs when I was in school back in the 90s, so I'm just gonna leave it there. Anyways, how do students in the community as a whole become informed are aware about your programs?
Well, up or down, we come out to schools and we do presentations. We talk to the students, we walk them through what our program offers. We give them the opportunity to pick up applications for interviews. Now, we try to feed our students directly into student support services.
Absolutely.
We point them, hey, he's right across the hall from you. You've seen him a gazillion times.
Okay.
Go see those people once you get that high school diploma.
Student support services, it's a little bit more grassroots because we don't have that kind of target school population. Because ASU, the main campus is our target school. So we do a lot of information booths. We try to do class presentations. We're so indebted to Mr. Kale and his staff, Kaylee Kay, for this opportunity to come in because getting the word out to the community is what's important. We send flyers to churches. We do whatever's necessary to say, hey, we know you may have some folk in your congregation that are coming to school. If they meet this criteria, encourage them to come and visit with student support services. So we do everything that we can to try to get the word out. And one of the things that you said while we're on the break is that, where were y'all at? I said, we probably were located in Eugene Smith Hall, but we're now in the D.B. Ellis Library in the Learning Commons area, Suite 117. So we try to remain right in the fabric of the campus community, and that's one of the things that's so fantastic about the administration at Arkansas State University. When I say they are vested in students who are first generation, students who come from low income backgrounds, students with disabilities, they sincerely are. TRIO programs is truly in the fabric of the institution, and so we're welcome to the table. We're not treated any differently. We are allowed to really be there, making a difference and making an impact in the lives of students who meet our criteria.
I want to go another direction, ask another. On that first generation, students. Okay, what if their returning GPA is not so great? Like, I'm just gonna use me for example. When I left college the second time around, Lord, my GPA wasn't, that great.
Sure.
So, for someone like me, what would I need to do to still be eligible for your program?
Start simply with completing the application.
Okay.
And that's why the intake interview process is so important. Like I mentioned earlier, we certainly look at the numbers, but we want to know your story.
Okay.
On the break, you share some things with us, and I'm sure over time, over different life lessons, you've learned a different story.
Yeah.
And so school has a different meaning for you now than it did probably at 18 or 19 years
Yes,
old.
it does.
And so having those conversations, we'll get to know you. And based upon all those elements placed together, we'll then make a determination. And so start with the application.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, for those of you that are listening, we're here with Jerrod, Lockhart, and Rasheda.
Two 277-1080. Also, if you are watching on our live stream, you can leave questions as well. In fact, let me shout out a couple people who have shown love on our live stream. Shout out to Tanisha Duffy Jordan and to Eric Hamilton. Appreciate you all for watching our live stream.
Now, I would love to hear from some. But I'm going to ask Ms. Rasheda and Jerrod to share some of their success stories of past students.
Oh,
If you,
I was gonna say, where did this
We're
begin?
ready to start.
We're about to take the rest of the show.
We've had a lot of students come through our programs, and I can speak for both programs. Our program and the access to our program, the exposure that our program gave those students really changed their outlook on school.
okay.
For a lot of our high school students, they come to the program and, just going to school so the folks can come in the house. But for a lot of those students, they really understand the benefit of getting an education. And it opened their eyes to all of the options that were available to them when they got ready to go to college. And for a lot of those students, it provided some long-lasting support. Because when you're in the people business, you build relationships. And so as college students, but we've had students 2016, we still have some students that are the first in their family to graduate from high school.
That's
In
wonderful.
2016, and school's been free for everybody. Not necessarily law-abiding citizens,
Okay.
and we just pick up and move the house. They ride the bus from the house, come
wow.
back after school, and mama has moved the entire house. Nobody's here.
Oh, wow.
Where are my parents? I have to go find my family. But those students were able to have support as high school students. And then when they graduated from high school and they went off to college, they still had a sounding board to call back and ask questions and get that extra support. And now those individuals have earned college degrees, some of them even master's degrees, and they're out making their mark on the world. Some of the nurses at St. Bernard's, a couple of the nurses at NEA are former upper ground
That
participants.
is wonderful.
A recent PhD student at the University of Memphis, she's just started a PhD program from Osceola, Arkansas, the first in her family to go to college. Not graduate, go to college.
That is wonderful.
I mean, you know, and I think about our program, what is success? What is that earmark for us? We're federally funded, and so with you know, Jerrod, I haven't had math in 10 years, and to see them complete college algebra is exciting. To see them be admitted into their nursing program, and they were terrified of anatomy.
Wow.
Those things are successes to me, to see those students go on to graduate school and go on to get doctorates. It's just an amazing thing to behold. I mean, the physical therapy school, medical school, I mean, the list kind of goes on, and these individuals are very productive citizens in society, and it just does my heart.
So to all of you that are out there listening, please encourage your students to sign up for these programs, to get more involved, to take advantage of what these programs have to offer. So we want to get into, we talked a little bit about the program dynamics. So I know with any program, there's going to be some ebbs and flows and changes and things of that nature. Based on what's currently going on, do you see any changes in any of the programs you currently implement? Do you want to see some changes? Do you want to see some things taken away? Or just maybe kind of get into that a little bit about.
For our program, we're looking for more male participants.
Okay.
A lot of our male students fall off along the way due to obligations to sports, to some jobs. But that population, male students need just as much academic support as female students do. Really just trying to get those young men to understand the benefits of delaying some things so they can get their education, not putting all their eggs in one basket. For a lot of students, they give up everything for this one thing, and a lot of times they don't reap the benefits from that one thing because it wasn't quite as lucrative as it appeared to be. That was coming.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Fred. One of the things that we have to kind of always kind of fight against the giant of being okay with asking for help. I think we live in a society where even to ask for help. And so for us, it's just getting those students who said, hey, I need some help. We look for students who we believe have the potential to be successful. And being a participant in our program pushes that success rate down. Limited in the number of students that we can serve, we can only service 175 participants. And so that does limit our numbers, some on the number of participants that we can serve. But we're looking for individuals who are saying, hey, I need this, and who are willing to remain committed. And that's the piece too, and understanding that the journey, it's gonna take a minute to get there. You know, because college for some, it's a long process. It's 4 years, 4.5 years, and so some 5, a few maybe 6. But it's about understanding the process, and let's not take it. Let's look at small, short-term segmented goals first. Let's get you through this semester. Let's get you through this class.
Yes.
Let's first saw you say services that we do provide is that we do provide students an opportunity to think beyond their bachelor's degree and think beyond
Okay.
think about graduate school. Because that's a growing trend, it's a dynamic, it's needed. If you look at job descriptions, our students and show them that, hey, you can do this. And sometimes it's demystifying the process. I know there are a number of people that probably right here in the listening area who've always wanted to go to Arkansas State University, but for some reason didn't think they can get it, didn't think they can do it. Let Trio help you get there because it is available for you and you can do it.
And there are even more who started and stopped. They make starting back seem very hard, but it's really not that hard.
Class or a couple of classes until you kind of maybe build up your motivation or build up your confidence that, hey, I really can do this. And going forward, then another piece that I think that a lot of individuals struggle with, I don't mean to cut your question off. I think another thing that people struggle with is identifying what is it that I want to do.
Okay.
And so sometimes people don't come to college because they don't know what exactly it is that they want to do. But you know that you need a college degree, or you know that you want a college degree. So that's a hard place to be in. I know I need a degree, but in what?
So do you have assessments in place?
Absolutely. Yeah, I set you up because I knew you was going to ask that question. Absolutely. We work in concert with our career services office on campus, and they have a fantastic services and assessments that they provide for students. Our provide professional mentors. These are individuals in the community who are willing to sit down and have a conversation. Be a nurse. Do you really want to be a nurse? Let me tell you what it's going to take to be a nurse. And that's another piece that I love about kind of the intimacy of Trio. And give students an opportunity to hear from somebody that's in the industry. And they can tell them, this was my journey to get there. Not necessarily saying you have to take the same road that I took, but here's some things that I know that
I have a number of people. I want to know something else. So I know I'm going to have to go beyond my bachelor's.
so that you're walking in knowing that that's going to have to be the journey, making sure that you avail yourself to the resources that are available for you to help you go through that process. Connect to the resources. Arkansas State University, it may appear to some to be this scary giant, but it's a place that's there for you. So there's a plethora of resources that are on campus that are there to help you reach the goals that you have set for yourself. Now we can't do it. Ultimately, you have to go to class, you have to turn those papers in and do all those things that you're responsible for. But if you want to do it and you need help along the journey, I promise you there are individuals there to help you.
So thank you all. For those of you that are maybe just tuning in, we have Jerrod, Lockhart, and Rasheda Hamilton, directors of the ASU Trio program. I am truly enjoying our conversations today, and I hope that the phone number. I'm gonna learn it one day.
Yeah, I can't have you hosting and not knowing the station number. You're fired. I'm kidding, y'all. 870-277-1. Streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. So if you are watching on either platform, Mr. Jerrod Lockhart, and Mrs. Rasheda Hamilton. And we don't have any new shout outs, but shout out to the 111 people who have checked in so far.
Well, thank you to all of you that are listening, that are watching. We really appreciate your support during this time. Okay, Jerrod and Rasheda, I'm sorry to be so informal. I know you all from years ago, so I apologize.
Well, this is community conversation. We are having a conversation.
So we've talked about quite a few things. Tell people how to get in touch with you. We need to get into that.
Well, to get in touch with Upper Bound is really simple. All of our contact information is on that page. We have a Facebook page for our students and for our parents, so we have a lot of ways of getting information out. They can find us.
Sure. And student support services, get ready with those pens and pencils and papers. Here we go. sss@astate.edu, and our phone number is 870-972-23. And there you'll find our homepage for all of our other contact information as well.
SSS@astate.edu. I like it.
I appreciate it, brother.
And to all of you that are listening, please encourage your students to get more involved. Check out these programs. Go on the website. Look at the qualifications. Look at what the programs have to offer. Encourage your students to please get involved. Parents, please get involved. I hate to say push, but nudge your children to get involved.
Consistently encourage.
Okay, that's a better one.
I like it.
Don't nag them.
Especially the boys, that's what I'm boys out.
Yeah, I've seen that happen.
And for those of you who do work with youth programs, Big Brother, Big Sister programs, talk to your children, I keep saying children, talk to your kids or your group, encourage them. And like Jerrod mentioned earlier, the male, and Rasheda, the male population, the male numbers are very low. I mean, men are part of the society. We want them sports may be more popular, but this program is more beneficial in the long run.
And when I think about it, one of the things that you can always have that is yours that no one can ever take away from you is your education.
That's right.
And so it is an investment. And so parents, we need you to help encourage your children to understand the importance of the investment. And so sometimes it does inconvenience you. You may not be able to go and participate in that fun activity all the time in your education. But once you do, and you see the long-term benefits and rewards, you'll be grateful for it. One of the things that I did want to mention
Okay, so you just heard it here. They are offering their services to come to you. So please, any organization, any church, any individual, if you would like to, they're more than happy to come to you and provide information on the programs that they offer.
Or college in general.
We'll be back. This is Community Conversations. It's KLK.
You're listening to Community Conversation.
Got to hit that ramp. Got to hit that ramp. Can't be rambling once that countdown hits.
Okay, so we have a few moments. Our next
Money
segment
matters.
is a 5
I'm
minute.
Alfred Edmond Jr. Here are more fun ways to teach kids about the importance of
5
saving
minutes.
and not just spending their money.
5 minutes and then you know the outro is just 2 minutes and 30 seconds
Show
before
them how to check for sales, clearance
you'll see
prices,
a countdown.
and
But
use
pretty much
coupons.
5 minutes.
That amount to their savings. To encourage
You know
them to
how,
let their savings grow,
Trio works
not
with
give them a magic
Greek life, because
money.
you mentioned how people get caught in sports, and you know, a lot of people
Encourage
get
children
caught
to
in
save
Greek
for
life as
a
well.
specific goal.
we can talk about a balance between these
Their
things.
first car or a class trip.
Because
I'm
when
not
you
putting anything
mentioned,
here for
like,
that.
when Rashida said something about first, why you want to go to college, mascot, blah, blah, blah.
Right. It's
So we
not
would just see the
possible.
Greeks, oh, they good, they have
Yeah.
this stuff, they
Say
have
it all
all
the
the
time.
things, so,
A
like,
nonprofit
yeah,
organization.
definitely talk about that.
Service,
And
leadership,
then with you getting a degree, you can, share your experience, okay? Being a part of an organization is not just colors and stepping, it's, you know, this is what you're doing.
Featuring youth 18 years old and under. Saturday,
It's
July
about
16th at Wilson Spot located 5435 East London Avenue.
They say, oh, yeah, you want to.
So you need to.
Admission is $2 and $5 per day. Featuring Michaela Sweeney, Destiny Shaw, Anne Marie Mills, and more. Hosted by
So
me,
how many kids are
Lockhart.
interested in coming Saturday?
There also be open mic and karaoke. Tickets
What
are
are you?
available
I
at
don't know.
KLK.
I don't know.
Whistle Stop to see any performer on the show.
Mathis Conway is our new director, and I know Michaela Sweeney.
This event is at KLK.
So she's actually one, but she just was up around on this way of stuff.
Auto Finance.
So you sure that I'm gonna have a
It's
single?
a long-time supporter and
Yeah, that's been postponed, I'm sure we need it.
Boulevard.
Are you gonna be there?
Clean, reliable vehicles.
Experience the joy of Bishop Adrian R. Rogers of Fullest of Joy Church, 3307 Ray Street, Jonesboro, Arkansas, 724.
And now back to community conversation, KLEK 102.5 FM.
Welcome back, listeners. This is KLEK 102.5 FM. In the studio, we have Jerrod, Lockhart, and Rasheda Hamilton, directors of the ASU Trio programs. Working with different organizations on campus, specifically this question is for Jerrod. More about either
Mentally, when we talk about Greek life, we have to understand that for many folk, that is how they associate college with being Greek or doing a lot of the other kind of activities that are connected to getting that 4-year degree. So Greek life is certainly a part of a lot of individuals' kind of mindsets when they think about going to school. And I don't think that's necessarily a problem with that, but I do think that we have to understand what is the ultimate priority of why you're going to school and as to get your education. Currently serve as a campus advisor for the Theta Upsilon chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha on the campus of Arkansas State University, seated in 1973. And one of the things that we talk about consistently with the current membership is the importance of balancing your involvement with the fraternity with understanding the importance of getting your education. If anybody looks at the history of fraternal organizations, specifically Greek life organizations, many of them, especially for African Americans, was centered around degree completion, getting your education, being a support system as you're going through the collegiate experience. And so, for me personally, when I think about our founders, or what we can refer to as our jewels, preach, teach, push in them, everything.
okay.
Is remembering why are we here at Arkansas State University? Yes, we're here to make an impact in the community and serve as a voice for minority students on our campus. But more importantly, I'm here to get my education, and I need to support these brothers that are in this circle with me, support individuals that are not necessarily in my circle, but maybe look like me, that hey, we need to be focused on our academics and we need to stay focused on getting our degrees.
Okay. I'm going to go back to Ms. Rasheda. You mentioned earlier about following students throughout their journey once they're engaged into the program. Okay. do they necessarily have, I know you mentioned there's a student in Memphis, that goes to school in Memphis. Please kind of reiterate, they don't have to necessarily go to Arkansas State University.
No, we want our students to go to the college that suits them best.
Okay.
We have a young lady that will be starting at University of Arkansas in the fall. At UALR, University of Arkansas Little Rock in the fall. And we also have quite a few students that are at ASU Newport. So our students, the ultimate goal is to get them to college. It does not matter what school they're interested in. Our summer bridge program, after students graduate from high school, we pay for them to take 2 classes at Arkansas State. That's like their first scholarship from up from there.
Okay.
After they graduate from high school. But we ensure that those courses that they take transfer to whatever school they're interested in. We've had students graduate from Harvard, Morehouse. Speaking of the atmosphere, we've had students graduate from Morehouse. We've had students graduate from Clark. We've had students graduate from University of Washington. So we've had students go to a lot of different schools, not just Arkansas State. Sometimes students are leery of our program because I don't want to be at Redwood. That's fine. We want you to earn a college degree from the school that you want to earn it from.
Okay.
And for student support services, our goal is retention and graduation from Arkansas State University. So once you're at Redwood and you're participating with us, our goal is for you to remain with Redwood and graduate from Arkansas State.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm looking through my questions. I wanted to ask you all, I know we're going to wrap up soon. What piece of advice would you give to Rasheda, since you deal mainly with the high school students? What is a piece of advice you may give to them?
Start as early as possible preparing for college. Look at those grades. Take the ACT as often as you can. Students can take the ACT up to 12 times.
You know that.
You're taking the same test. Different variations, but it's basically the same test.
Speak with Mrs. Rasheda Hamilton, Mr. Jerrod Lockhart. I want to thank them for coming back to the studio. So, anything that you all want to touch upon that we did not hit?
One of the things that I certainly want to mention when we talk about what piece of advice would I give a student that's coming to Arkansas State University is remembering priorities. One of the things is that you make. Trying to get that paper completed because you have goals bigger than a paper, goals bigger than an 8 o'clock class.
Yeah.
You have goals and ideas and dreams for your future. And so that's one of the things that I tell my students all the time. Why are you here?
Program, you mentioned financial aid earlier. So since Jerrod works with the college students, please tell the people, 2016, what are some changes happening with financial aid?
And Rasheda may be able to speak to this just a little bit better than I can, but I know that, first of all, the ability to apply a little bit earlier is going to be really critical. The tax year income information, and then how long you're going to be able to use that tax information for. Usually you have to update it every year, but I believe the trend is going to be every 2 years. And so that's going to be the nice piece. But I think Rasheda can speak to that a little bit more than I can.
30 seconds.
Financial aid will open to apply in October.
Thank you all enough. Rasheda Hamilton and Jerrod programs. It has been a wonderful treat to have you to share.
Thank you for having us.